Hello, you beautiful people out there. What is going on? This is your friend Brady coming fast with some more core information. Today we're going to be talking about the love Grux so much, man. I can't wait to double chop some more people, dude. It's going to be great. But this video is going to be shorter than the original video, which I'll link in the description below. And I'll just be going over all of the main points and kind of jumping here between gameplay. So if you want to hear Sylphin's beautiful voice, click the video in the description below. Let's get right into it. So, big takeaways. There's a lot of them, okay? There's a lot. There's going to be 15 unique jungle minions that can make up 10 unique jungle camps, and all of them are going to have unique abilities. So there's going to be different kinds of minions. There's going to be minions that kind of jump around and dodge your attacks. There's going to be minions that shoot projectiles at you that you will be able to dodge. There's going to be minions that will explode, and they're going to be making up 10 unique jungle camps when all put together with their different kind of abilities that they do, like the jumping and the shooting. Now, a big thing is that the camps will be physical, energy, and neutral. If you're a longtime Paragon fan, you remember physical and energy used to be damage types of heroes. So like, for example, Murdoch was energy because his shots dealt like this energy blast, whereas Sparrow was physical because arrows were physical. Right, Kalari was physical, Richter was energy type damage, and you would build cards around these kinds of damages, whereas in these camps, they have resistances to these damages. So a physical camp has a resistance to Kalari, for example, or energy camp will have resistance to Richter. So it will be harder to kill those camps if you're playing those certain heroes, and then neutral camps are just neutral, and they don't really have anything special about them. And all these camps are going to have their own different kind of mob groups. They're, like, you guys see the list right here: Tech Camp, Letha Camp, all this stuff. So I think that's supposed to be lethal, not Letha. But it's, you know, just that's crazy news, which means in the item video, because there will be an itemization explanation video coming up here shortly amongst all these video releases, they'll probably go over that again. And I'm really excited if that system comes back because I loved that system. Now, like I said, there's going to be minions that can jump around. So minions will be able to dodge your attacks, and you will be able to dodge minions' attacks, which means kiting is back. Kiting, basically, for those of you who don't know, is where you kind of have to masterfully run around in like this little pattern or circle to time your attacks well, while also dodging the minions' attacks to maximize your efficiency at these camps, so you reduce damage done to yourself and you can jungle longer without having to back. It's like a very top tier kind of thing that you can master, and it really sets apart the bad players from the good players. So jungle camps spawn every 2 minutes, and one thing that your teammates can help you with, usually this is called like leashing, but this is going to be a different kind of mechanic twisted with that. So leashing is when you have somebody else from your team come over and pull a camp to kind of deal some damage or take the brunt of the hit while you kill the camps. But in core, what they're trying to implement is this mechanic where it's called stacking, where the teammate of yours, not the jungler, takes and pulls the minion camps away, and then right before another minion camp spawns, let's say it's going to be 4 minutes into the game, another camp is supposed to spawn there, but there's still minions sitting there in that camp. Instead of you just wasting resources, that teammate of yours comes and pulls the minions off of the camp, and then the other minions spawn in, and so now you have double the minions that you can kill in one place. So one, it's efficient, and two, your teammate will also get some economy bonus for helping you doing that. So that's also going to be another high ceiling kind of tactic that you'll just have to learn and get good at, I believe. I think that's really what's going to set apart good people from bad people when it comes to skill base. Now, the Wardens, right? We have jungle Wardens. We have the Zetchin, which is for movement speed. And we have the Zetchin's movement speed and health regeneration. And then Arcane Warden is for mana and cooldown, as you guys can see on your screen right now. So, Zetchin provides sustain while you're in the jungle, and Arcane gives mana and movement speed, so that if you're like a mage type character, kind of like Gideon, or Richter actually uses a lot of his mana for his abilities, or Crunch uses a lot of mana for his abilities, you will be able to do that more efficiently when you pick up this buff. So that's good, because before you would be really low on mana unless you went to the river buff to get river buffs, but the river buffs should be for the mid laner. So it's good that they have their own jungle camp for that. Now you have Ember Collectors again, which are these little spinny things like harvesters, okay? Oh, there's just so much. Ember collectors, harvesters are back, and you stand on them, and they're super duper sexy, okay? And they spin, and they give you ember. So they give you your economy over a period of time, just a slow drip. But what you could do is you could kind of stand on them and speed them up while you're. They didn't really explain this too well in the video, but you can speed them up by standing on them and kind of locking on to certain parts of them and dealing damage to them. I believe it's kind of like on the left, that image right there on the left with that yellow dot. If you like aim and hit that dot with an auto attack or something, it'll speed up the harvesting rate of you standing and turning it on, basically. And this is going to be, again, another big thing that will separate good players from bad players when it comes to skill gaps, and I'm very excited about that. Now here's a really, really big thing. Okay, these two big things, holy shit, all this is so big. Remnants are going to be like the new Fangtooth, okay, but there's going to be different types of them, and they're going to randomly spawn starting early to mid-game. I don't think they said how often they spawn, but I would assume every 4 to 6 minutes-ish, somewhere around there. Basically, they're going to be random. They're going to have their random buffs, small movement speed, health regen, damage over time, or you can buff allied minions' health regeneration and movement speed when you're standing next to them. And these are going to be little buffs that are going to be permanent for the rest of the game once you kill these remnants, just like Fangtooth was. And then, of course, they can stack. But, again, Fangtooth, it had its, like, cycle of what it gave you as bonuses, whereas this seems to be more random, is what they're going for. And every game's going to be different because it's going to be randomized. So that's kind of a big theme that I'm seeing here, is that the camps are randomly generated depending on, you know, there's 2 types of physical camps, there's 2 types of energy camps, there's 4 types of neutral camps, and then these camps are going to be randomly generated, right, because there's 4 camps within each part of the jungle. So one of them will be physical, one of them will be energy, and 2 of them will be neutral out of the 2, 2, and 4 possibilities, respectively. So I'm cool with that. Let's see how this plays out. And then Prime Guardian is back, and he is back in a really, really cool way. So when you kill him right away, your whole entire team gets this thing called Favor of the Asher, which increases your recall speed back to base, it increases your regeneration back at base, and it increases the nearby health and the damage of your minions. Okay, so the nearby minions get bonus health and damage. So this sounds pretty similar to what we already know. Now, when you kill the Prime Guardian, he'll drop an orb Prime. This is now familiar, right? If you're a legacy player, oh, I get so excited. The player then picks up this orb, and that player, that one single player, gets big buffs. Okay, this is called the Paragon of Agora buff. I love the reference. I love it. Bonus health and mana regen, and really, really big damage. So the bonus health and mana regen out of combat, which is, again, what we saw, and then big damage. Now, what they can also do is they can take this orb and dunk it, quote-unquote, dunk it like donuts, and bring it over to the Remnant Pit. That's where it's going to be dunked. And then what that will do is that will give your entire team a buff, and it will double the effects of the Remnant buffs and also give a small damage increase. Okay, so it will just, there's so much you can do with this. So you can either have one player on your team that's super duper buffed up, or have your entire team be slightly more buffed up, and that just depends again on the remnant buff. So if you had nothing but movement speed buffs the entire game, maybe you might want to just have your ADC hold that orb so you can just melt down a tower. Or if you've had nothing but damage buffs the whole game, then perhaps you want to give your whole team that buff, that Remnant Pit buff, which is called a Fury of the Asher, right here on your screen, and then they'll do more damage overall as a team together. So a lot of different kinds of strategies. I can already see it, man. I can already see it. It makes me drool, bro. It makes me drooling, bro. Straight drooling. It's crazy. So hopefully, guys are excited as I am for this shit, man. Look at that. Look at this big old butt. I try to make this video a little quicker than their video there, but I kind of failed because I just got so excited and I try to make this video a little quicker than their video there, but I kind of failed because I just got so excited and had my own opinions in here. But oh well, fuck it, man. That's what you guys signed up for, isn't it? Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, make sure y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.